Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 10th chapter, Sloka number 30. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Prahladashchasmi Daityanam Kalah Kalayatamaham Mruganam cha mrugendroham Vainateyascha pakshinam. Learning to see the divinity in and through in everything is the very, very important main practice of this spiritual sadhana. For that sake, Arjuna asked a question on behalf of all of us. So Bhagavan started explaining, you want a specific items, the places where you can abundantly think of me and feel my presence. So I will give you the samples. Everything is my presence only, mine only, but still I will indicate to you special. Bhuti means product. Vibhuti means special product. We have special, no, in everything, special product. While explaining those special products, many items already Bhagavan told. In the 30th shloka, in the last class, we started seeing, we completed almost this. Just a small revision about it. Here, one of the greatest devotees of the Lord, about that small child Prahlada. I am the Prahlada in the Daityanam. Bhagavan didn't say in Bhaktanam. Even though he born in the Daitya family, but my presence is there. My expression is there. Very ardent devotee of me, the Prahlada. About this Prahlada, already I told something in the last class. While explaining this story about Prahlada and that story, Narad Maharshi told to Dharmaputra, according to Bhagavata Mahapurana, not according to in Bhagavatam also the same thing only. That time only we came to know. So through his own guru, Prahlada's guru Narada, he himself narrating the story of his great disciple and great devotee. There he mentions the great qualities of this Prahlada. There are 3-4 shlokas. One shloka is, he says, Brahmanya Shila Sampannaha Satyasandho Jitendriyaha Atmavat Sarvabhutanam Ekapriya Suhruttamaha. In this one shloka itself, he is the lover or who respects the Brahmanas, who worships the Brahmanas, Brahmanya, and Shila Sampannaha, filled with the abundant, the divine qualities, values, good character, and stick on to the Satya, whether the father say, mother say, anybody say, but I won't accept. I know the truth, that is the only the truth. That is the strong faith and drudata. That is called dhiratvam. So therefore he satya sandaha. Satyam should be practiced in so many levels, not only at the speech level, but in the thought level and in the action level. Mainly, the seeker of the truth must stick on to the truth. No wavering, no shake, no confusion or unsteadiness. So he is Satya Sandaha. How he is able to stick on to that? How he continued his life? He also lived in the Daitya family only in the Raja palace and went to study with many other children in the Gurukula, the Rakshasa Gurukula. But he is able to uh, abide in the truth, and the teachers said, the friends also telling, why you are looking different, why you are not joining with us, and you are looking something extraordinary, different. So like that, even they commented all that. Later on, father also rejected him and started punishing him, but not even a little bit he didn't come down. That is all because of Jitendriyaha, well controlled of the senses and the mind. ब्रह्मण्यशीलसम्पन्नः सत्यसन्धो जितेन्द्रियः आत्मवत् सर्वभूतानाम् एकप्रियः सुहृत्तमः सुहृत् well-wisher, the best well-wisher of the everything, everybody, every living being, because he has gotten the Sarvatra Samadarshana Bhavanam. Atmavat Sarvabhutanam. Priyaha. As he loves him, his own self, he loves and sees that everybody is the same self. Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. So like this, the great qualities. Many more Naradaji explains there. So one sample I told you. Then in this shloka, from the instruments, weapons, I am this. And like that, out of the animals, the soft animals, the cow I am. So like this, when he started giving the samples here, out of these wild animals, I am the lion. Mruganam cha mrugendraha aham. The greatness of the lion, I already told you. There is one Subhashadam still which can explain much more about it. This lion never thinks in this way. That's why it is a lion. That's why it is the king of the forest and the animals. Ekoham asahayoham krushoham aparichidaha swapnopi evam vidha chinta mrugendrasya na jayate. Even in the dream, the lion cannot think of in this way. Even in the dream, even just for fun, even once little. The lion cannot think in this way. Evam vidha chinta mrugendrasya najayate. It never comes. That is its glory. What is it? I am alone. I am alone. I am feeling lonely. Then I am helpless. Asahayaha aham. I am so weak. Krushaha aham. I am supportless. Aparichidaha. Not supported by anybody. Not protected by anybody. In this way, even in the dream, the lion never cannot think of in this way. That's why it is called a lion. Then the last word about the Garuda, the glory, Garuda's glory. He is the glorious devotee of the Lord, who's taking the responsibility of carrying the Lord. That means actually he is the Swarupa of the Vedas. He is the form of the Veda. The Veda carries the Lord. See, if Vedas are not explained, are not told, how we'll know this truth? Tell me. Somebody came in between. So many prophets came. Religious leaders came. What they said, because of that, only bloodshed is happening in the world. How to believe a person's words, whether he is a big leader or small leader or any religion? They are not authoritative. They may lead this way or that way. Therefore, the authoritative words are not uttered by any human being in a certain period of time. That's why apaurusheyam Vedam. And that Vedas only carries the real meaning, purport of the Lord. That is, you call Brahman or Atma or Satyam, whatever it is. Just imagine that if these Vedas, Upanishads are not there, the Shastra is not there, can we know anything? That's why the Vedas are nothing but the carriers of the barriers of the God. So here the Garuda represents the Veda, Chandomaya Garuda, and his glory told in his name. One Purana itself is there, Garuda Purana. He is not just a bird. He depicted as the bird, or maybe he took the form of the bird so easily he can fly. There are only two birds in the whole world. That time, this time, any time, these celestial birds, both this Garuda and his family relatives or brother, one which we know about in the Ramayana, Jatayu, and then his brother. So these birds are celestial birds. So therefore, they have got lot of inner strength like the gods. So Garuda is very powerful god, carrying, and about him also it is said like this: Garuda Bhajak Khagapatihi. Khagapati means the king of the sky. Khaga, which goes in the sky, is called Khagam. That's why the crow is called in the Sanskritam Khagaha, and from that only Kaka came. In Telugu also Kaki. Khagaha, Garudadhvaja Khagapatihi. He is the flag of the Vishnu. In Vishnu Sahasranama, Garudadhvaja name comes. Who is that? For whom? For Yagnapati Vishnu, who is the source of this entire creation, Yashashvi Yagnapati Vishnu, for him this Garudadhvaja Khagapati he become the vehicle and the flag of the Vishnu, and he is Patagendra Patagasreshtaha. So this the god of the lord of the king of the birds, Patagendra Patagasresht. Pataga means again Patanga, without falling which goes. Na patate gacchati. Patagaha. Patagendra Patagasreshtaha. Patagascha Patageshwaraha. Indraha Ishwaraha Sreshtaha. What to say? In his name also there is a Gayatri mantra as of Gayatris to many other gods. So in this way, Bhagavan mentioned, so one is a flying animal, flying creature, and then which moves in the forest, and then among the domestic animals, cow. So one sample everywhere he is giving. Now the next 31st shloka, Pavanah Pavatamasmi Ramah Shastrabhrutam Mahat Jashanamakaraschasmi Srotasamasmi Janhavi. I am the wind among the purifiers. Pavatam, Pavayitrunam, among the purifiers, I am the wind. In the previous shlokas about the, when it came about Pavakaha, the fire, that time also we said the fire also is a purifier. But we have to invoke the fire. We have to do something and create the fire. Then only it will help. For cooking, we have to lighten the gas stove with the lighter, a matchstick. Then only we have to invoke. We need something for that. But for wind, we need not to do anything. For example, 1 month you are out of house, out of station. You closed all your windows and the doors of the house and went. And as soon as you came first, what you will do? You put the bag there and first open the windows and you will feel the fresh air comes inside and you will feel good. Yes. Or you are sitting in a room for hours together with some work in the moment you come out to the fresh air, open air, you'll feel good. Immediately it will activates the mind, give something, good feeling, air, wind. Therefore, of course, it helps to dry up the clothes and all that. And whenever lot of rain water is there, when hot sun is there, but if you just go to under a shelter of the tree, and if the breeze is there, you will feel good. That was evening breeze, and the breeze which comes from the rivers or from the hills. So mind immediately becomes somewhat feel happy, good and fresh. So Pavayatrunam Pavanaha Aham. Very important. Of course, in other way, the prana itself is a wind because that is the only life force. If that is not there, we cannot live. Okay? We can live without uh, food for some days, many days. You can live without water also some days, but you cannot live without the breathing and air. Don't take the exceptions of the yogi who went underground like that. That is a different exceptional case. But generally, not necessarily yogi. Even many animals go to the hibernation and live. They completely stop their metabolism. Just it happens like that naturally. Go into the snow, under the snow, 3 months easily. They didn't practice any yoga. Their nature, environment, their system themselves, just go inside. Do you think they breathe there? Because they won't breathe, but they didn't die. How they live? And because the metabolism is temporarily become very, very mild or soft or what not. We don't slow down. Therefore, there is no hunger. So they need not to come out for the sake of food. What a beautiful mechanism in the creation, nature. So in that way, also for a common human being, breathing. As soon as the baby comes out of the mother's womb, okay, once if it comes out, immediately it has to cry and start the breathing. That crying is the first inspiration, taking the breath. Until the baby starts, its lungs are started functioning. Lungs will start function only after the come out, but heart will start function in the mother's womb itself. So once if they are very sure, the doctors, then only they will disconnect the umbilical cord because that is only for the timing the blood circulation coming and going. The entire baby fetus is able to live because of the connection with the mother. Once if the baby is all right, started breathing and heart also beating, then they cut and separate it. So how important from that day onwards until the last breath, and it purifies us. It, the oxygen goes in the blood and purifies, removes impurities. Or pavana pavatamasmi. That's why Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami. Namaste Vayo. Of course, there considering and seeing the Brahman as the Vayu as the Brahman. Namaste Vayu. There are special other prayers also there for the wind. Then I am the Ramaha, our Ayodhya Rama, Dasharathi, Dasharaputra Rama, out of whom Shastra Bhrutam, the warrior, the wielder of the bow, means Kodanda Rama, but same time is very ferocious. How many thousands and thousands of demons he killed alone in single-handed in the Dandakaranya forest. 14,000 Rakshasas came at once. That time even Valmiki not able to explain how he's doing what kind of this warfare alone and with this one single bow and this where from the arrows are coming. And finally he said he made the bow in a circular form. We don't know how, but the word is used like that, and in a circle. You imagine bow is like a circle. So we arrows are going into all directions. The heads of the Rakshas are just, is it a 3D magic or whatever may be. The Rakshasas who saw, only one Rakshasa escaped and Akampana, and he went and then told finally to Ravana. He's a CAD, secret Gudachar. So he went and told Ravana, how come he's able to kill so many Rakshasas? Have you got any support of the other Devatas? Devatas? Nobody is there. He's single alone. Even I could not understand what kind of this warfare. So don't never underestimate Rama about him. He's not a normal person. As you think, came from the Ayodhya or the Dasharatha Putra, a small boy. That's why even Arjuna is called, praised as a famous archerer in the world. Dronacharya's aim is that to make Arjuna number one hmm, archer in the world. But that is all nothing. That is all nothing in front of the Rama. Okay? That's why when the Rama avatar, Parshurama, when he came after marriage, immediately they are just started going to the Ayodhya. They came out and that Parshurama came and standing with the big axe. And there he shows the Vishnu Dhanas. Shiva Dhanas already he broken. That also he did it. And Parshurama accepted that his defeat. So even though Parshurama is a great Brahmana, but acted like a Kshatriya and destroyed the many generations of the Kshatriyas for that some reason. That means Ramaha Sriraghavam Dasharathatmajam सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुम् अरविन्ददलायताक्षम् रामम् निशाचर विनाशकरम् नमामि. He has got two faces. One side is when the aspect of dharma comes, he is very, very hard and strong. No compromise at all. But other side, compassion, love, karuna. Kodanda Rama, Kalyana Rama, Kodanda Rama, Karunya Rama. पालितसुन्दर सीतारामा. The two letters word, a magical word. Ram, Jaya Ram, Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama. His form, his character, his art, everything is unique, unique. That's why, so I am the Rama Ravana Yuddham also praised like anything. There is no any equivalent war. Na bhuto na bhavishyate. It never happened. It is never going to happen. Rama Ravana Yuddham. That is told by Hanumanji itself. He just pushes aside Mahabharata war. Is it a war? Nothing. Rama Ravana Yuddham, Rama Ravana Yoho. There's one Upamana. Gaganam Gaganakaram. How the sky will be? Sky will be like sky only. How it will be like you can't show anything. Sagaram Sagaromapam. Ocean. How the ocean will be? It is like what like? Same way, Rama Ravana Yuddham, Rama Ravana Yuddhayoho. No comparison. Ramashastra Bhutam Aham. Then immediately he goes to the aquatics, not acrobatics. Jashanam Makaraschasmi. Out of the sea animals, water living animals, aquatics, I am the Makaraha, crocodile, crocodile. There may be still many more bigger animals, living beings in the ocean, but Lord selected this Makaraha. Very powerful. As long as it is in the water, it's very powerful. We know about its power in the Gajendra story. So many elephants. Okay, Gajendra's wife elephant, then other wife, other children, all the elephants all together holding the Gajendra's legs and all that. They are trying to pull, but Gajendra said, no, I am not able to come back. They are also said, we are tired. He's not leaving. My energy is all draining out. So, no one can help me in this world except my Lord. Narayana Akila Guru Namaste. Narayana Akila Guru Namaste. 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 Then Lord came and rescued. Anyhow, here Makaraha, very powerful being. It's a special nature of strength and all that, not because of the size. So out of all these aquatic beings, I am the Makaraha. That Makara only is the Vahana of the Mother Ganges. That Makara is comes in the astrology also as one of the signs, no? Makara Rashi. We feel proud or great. We are great only. But if you are really uh, living for greatness and show the greatness as a human being, otherwise, your stature, your lifespan, your these things, if you see compare with the other things in the world, you are nothing. That's why we never feel proud about our strength or this, that lifespan, beauty, money. You take anywhere, either in the sky or on the earth or in the waters, there are so many great things, but they doesn't have this opportunity of having the sixth sense. They cannot be called, or we cannot call them as the special beings, even though Bhagavan mentioning all this, because they can show so many extraordinary things in their life, those animals and all that, but they can't do one thing. They cannot know themselves. They cannot know themselves as the Atma. So here, Makara, already about the eagles, but if you take now a normal eagle, which is flying now in the sky, They say it has got the very powerful eyes through which it can see more than 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers away, and a small rat which is moving here. That is how it never need not to come down and search like the crow. From there itself it will find out, aim it, and then come very forceful and just give one prick and hold with the nails of the legs and takes away. Once I saw this directly in a very, very traffic junction while I'm going to the Amrita college that time. What is that center? After the Ukadam, it's a very big junction center. There, signals are there. We have to wait. I'm waiting in the car. One rat got hurt or caught up in the traffic somewhere. It came to the side of the footpath, and where the police post will be there, no police stands. There near in the down in the mud. The mud also same color. The rat also same color. But I am seeing he came from somewhere and took that rat. Even this many bus and horn sounds are all going on. It doesn't get disturbed. It picked up. Eagle, powerful eye. When if you have little big eyes and you put all that and do, I am so beautiful. What is your eyes? Many, each animal has got a special, as like the dog smells, you cannot smell. As the dog listens the sound, you cannot listen the sound. Very, very like minimum only for all of us. So if you see this aquatic animals, the biggest animal now also living is the blue whale. More than 30 to 40 feet and nearly 250 tons, like a one Boeing aeroplane size. Can you imagine? At once it can gulp so many people. That way even it can throw and make upside down any big ship also. Blue whale. Even about this crocodile, I just saw it can live for 70 to 80 years. There are variety of crocodiles, salt water living, and like that so many are there. It depends upon the climate, and if it is everything is proper for it and everything, can live 70 to 80 years. Now on the earth you see the longest living animal is the tortoise. Now also they say, as per the research, one tortoise is that which is the oldest animal on the earth right now. Okay, if you ask the meta, it will tell. It knows, it tells about some tortoise. Its name also, it is in somewhere South Africa or somewhere. Its weight also, again, it is also 150, no, 300 kgs. It will be so big, like a stone. It cannot move also. So, very interesting to know about. And still something unique that we either accepted, but science accepts. There is some kind of sponge in the ocean. It is also a living animal only, living in organism. It lives more than 10,000 years. Now in Australia, somewhere, and its size, we should not simply say that it is like a plant grown. Its size more than some 10,000 kilometers, square kilometers or something, they mentioned, or that much big its size. Hmm. So you are feeling so proud and all that. You show your real intellect through love of this entire beautiful creation, and recognize the truth. If you have done that, you are great. Otherwise not. Jashanam makaraschasmi. Then immediately because of waters and makara, Krishna remembers the mother Ganges. In these flowing waters, Srotasam, that means Sravantinam, the rivers only will flow. The pond water won't flow. Okay? The lake water won't flow. A well water won't flow. And ocean also, we never see it is flowing. Only it will move here and there. But the flowing means rivers. That's why Sravantinam Srotasam Aham Janhavi. What to talk about the Ganga? You can keep on talk about Ganga's glory. It's a great, by the moment you hear the word Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange, Jaya Jaya Gange, Jaya Hara Gange, Ganga also is interwoven with our life, woven with our life, Sanatana Dharma. Immediately we'll remember the entire our culture, tradition, spirituality, everything. Ganga. Almost 57 crores people came, almost still 5 4 days of time is there. Kumbh Mela. What? 57 crores of people just to take the bath, coming with a great difficulty from different places and from the whole world. Even though it is a Triveni Sangam, three rivers, but there Ganga is the main. Anytime, any day, every Hindu feels like that I must go and take a dip in the Ganga. It not only purifies your physical body, but it purifies your mind. If you are going, even you take bath or you have darshan of it, you just sing about it with the devotion. If you take that is a divine river, then if you don't have that feeling and if you just go and take bath, your physical body may become little clean, but your mind won't get clean. But if you go with this divine feeling of it is a mother Ganges, it is not just a water, H2, it is a divine. So it has got so much mythological, Puranic, historical uh, stories around the Ganga. So, Srotasam Asmi Jahavi. Another beautiful thing about this Ganges, it can be compared with the Gnana Ganga also. 3 4 points I will tell you. Both are thus Gnanam and Ganga. They are similar. How come? Both are originated from the Lord. Both are originated from the Lord. That's why for Ganga there is a first name is called Vishnupadi, Vishnupada, born out of from the started flowing from the Pada up. In Vamana Avatara, when Vamana Deva raises his one leg up, that went up to the Brahmaloka. Brahmaji suddenly said, what is this big leg? Where from it came? How it can come up to my Loka? Then immediately he thought of, if he thinks immediately he will come to know, he will get the answer. This is only Lord Sriman Narayan Mahavishnu. Immediately, come on, take the Kamandalu and started pouring the water and did the Abhishekam, Pada Prakshalan. That water done Abhishekam that time with Vamana that is started flowing like a celestial flow, river Ganga. Of course, her journeys from there onwards took a lot of different phases. So that is the origin. So both are Gnanam also Where from this Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Narayana Padmabhuvam, from the Lord, the Gnana Ganga also. Then both of them flow from the higher to lower. The Gnana always should flow from higher, means from the Guru to the Sishya. Sishya doesn't know anything, so is ignorant, and that's why the Sishya will come and sit down. Guru sits on the Vyasapita and Gnana Ganga flows. River also flows from higher to lower. And both of them, Ganga and Gnanam, are the perennial. Perennial. Perennial means ever flows. The Ganga never gets dry. In the hottest summer, in some places, in her way, it may become thin. In some places, only this much only. You can just walk and go, but it never fully gets dried like our other rivers. Perennial flow. Gnanam also, in some places, in some times, in the Kalakat, the period of the time, the Gnanam, nobody is not interested about the Gnanam. Nobody is not interested about the Satsanga or the Vedanta Sravanam. Now Kali Yuga, all this will say, but don't worry, it will be like that only. Bhagavan himself told in the Gita, in, in course of time, that Gnanam which I taught to the Surya Bhagavan first, then he taught to the Ikshvaku, like that, like that. Then in course of time, it slowly started disappearing. That's why that same Gnanam again I am teaching to you, through you, this particular context incident, that is people are going to sit in the Parson campus in Vinayaka temple and they will listen one day. They are listening. So perennial flow, Ganga and the Gnanam. Then finally, both are purifiers. Gnanam also purifies you, Ganga also purifies you. Ganga purification makes you fit to the Gnana Ganga, to take dip in the Gnana Ganga, Atma Tirtham. For that, this Bahya Ganga river, the divine, it purifies and prepares. So in this way, they have got four similarities. Both of them are equal like that. And the, the moment you go near the Ganga, is anytime, anywhere, you will feel something different. And immediately we connect, our mind connects with the rishis and all are on the banks of the Ganges, in the Himalayas, the rishis did tapas. The entire spiritual legendary will come in our mind. Ganga. About this Ganga also, lots of slokas are there. Bhagavan Adishankara wrote a Ganga Stotram. He praises the Ganga. But when he wrote the Bhajagovindam, that particular sloka Shankara wrote or his disciples wrote, he just said, Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam Radha Paripahna Madhavadanam. Then this Devi Sureshwari Bhagavati Gange Tribhuvana Tarini Tarala Tarange Ganga Stotram he wrote. There is no any contradiction. That has got relevance and this has also relevance. We must know the Shankara's heart to understand the Shankara teachings. We must know the Shankara's heart. Same way, to understand the Bhagavad Gita, we must know the Krishna's heart, not otherwise. About this Ganga, Gangam Vari Manohari. Oh, my dear Mother Ganga, water, you are looking in the form of the water. Gangam Vari Manohari. You, the moment the people come near to you, see you, okay, not even taking bath, you just takes away their mind. The mind immediately becomes so calm, quiet, and broad mind, peaceful, calm mind. Gangam vari manohari. And where from you born? Where you Chutam? Where from you fallen first? Murari Charana Chutam. Charana Chutam. Achyutam illa. Charana Chutam. Murari. The killer of the Mura Rakshasa, that Mahavishnu, from his feet you born, you started flowing. Then Tripurari Shiraschari. Then Tripurari. The Tripura Dahanakarta Shiva. You then started just moving in the head of the Shiva. Head of the Shiva. Therefore, I pray to you, Papahari Punatumam, the remover of the sins, Mother Ganga, please purify me, remove all my sins. Like that, there are so many slokas told by many great Mahatmas. So, Janhavi, after saying that in 32nd shloka, Sarganamadirantashcha Madhyam Chaivahamarjuna Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam Vada Pravadatamaham Narayan. This creation, now Bhagavan is coming to the few subtle points. More he said about the celestials and mixing with the gross on the earth, all that. Sarganam, Srushtinam. In this creation, about the creation, of the creation, I am only Adihi Antaha Madhyancha. Adi Madhyam Antam. I am the beginning, I am the middle, and I am the end. Adavante cha madhye cha Hari Sarvatra Giyate Sarganam. Here, very simple meaning. Sarganam Adihi Antaha Madhyancha. Actually, this it indicates that we trinities are there, no? Trimurtis. Adi is Brahma, Madhya is Vishnu, and Anta is the Shiva. All the three, I am only. All the three, even appearing as three, doing three different functions, I am only Madhyancha. To say in English, this Trimurti is what? Born is gone. Who are the Trimurtis? Born is gone. Born is gone. That means the Trimurtis are also not permanent. But the born is and gone are resting on what? That Adhishtanam. Yesterday we talked about the word Adhishtanam, Brahma, Aham. So here we cannot take the Krishna as the Narayana. We cannot take the Krishna as the Vishnu. Nothing. He is Parabrahma, Paramatma. He is talking from that Gnana standpoint. Nama Rupa Rahita Adhisthana Parabrahma. Karya Karana Prapancha Vilakshana. Yesterday I given the statement. Therefore, Adi Antam Madhya I am only Aham. In Bhagavata Chatushloki, Ahameva Samevagre Nanyat Yat Sadasat Param Paschadaham Ahit Paschat. In that shloka also, in the beginning, Aham, I am only existed. After the creation also, I only exist. After that also, I only exist. So therefore, I am alone. I only exist. Sadeva Saumya Idamagra Aset Chandogya. So, from any angle, if you take from the Upanishad Mandukyam, Adavante cha yannasti madhyepi tattadha, which is not there sometime before and which is not going to be there sometime later, in between also, as good as it is not there. Adavante cha yannasti vartamanepi tattadha. Gaudapada, Mandukya. But just to, Lord want to say that I am the source of it. அதனால சர்க்காணாம் ஆதிஹி அந்தஹச்ச அகம் மத்தியஞ்சைவ அகம் அர்ஜுனா அர்ஜுனா are you listening? Not sleepy, no? Are you listening? Listen. When sleep wants to come, it will come. It is not in our hands. Why? There are so many reasons. Huh? That we'll have another one more class later. For that. Arjuna. Okay, next. Important. Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. Out of the knowledge, wisdom, Vidyanam, out of the knowledges. In plural English, generally we don't use knowledges. But here, Vidyanam means out of many different kinds of knowledges, I am the Adhyatma Vidya, special. Now you connect to the previous few minutes back what I am talking. In what way you are great? If you have this Adhyatma Vidya, Adhyatma Vidya means self-knowledge. Self-knowledge. The knowledge about yourself. That is the greatest Vidya. That is called Brahma Vidya. That is called metaphysical science. Adhyatma Vidya, Aham Vidya. Here, little more we have to think about it. A few things I will tell you. And why it is so? Adhyatma Vidya. There are so many branches of knowledges are there, and in Vedas itself there are so many Vedangas, this that, so many are there. Grammar is there, Tarkam is there, one said that Adhyatma Vidya why it is. Even if you take material knowledges, there are so many knowledges, different branches of knowledges. The reason why it is great, by any knowledge apart from this Adhyatma Vidya, self knowledge, all that are outer setup. You want to saturate it, then I will be happy. Outside setup. You want to saturate the setup. But Adhyatma Vidya is a inner setup. Now take an example. What is the meaning of outer setup? You keep on try to change the outer setups. And if that setup is everything is proper, once if it is fine, then I will be happy, I will feel good. Is it possible? How many things you can saturate outside? You want to separate your wife, husband, children, neighbor, in-laws, relatives, society, family, world. Is it possible to up, make the setup separate outside? Impossible. But all our effort, because of this outer knowledge, our struggle is only to set right the outer setup, which can never happen. In that we are a failure only. We are imagining that we are achieving something and getting success, but that is unwise, otherwise mentality. Trying to set right the outer setup, then I will feel happy. I will give you an example. You will understand. This ignorant, otherwise person, the thought of let me spread the carpet in every street, therefore my legs won't get hurt because of the stones and the nails or glass pieces. Come on, how much amount spent and spread the carpet in and all the roads? Is it possible? Is it wise? But if you are wise, the wise person, he don't try to set up outside. He wears the shoe. If I put the chappals, the problem is solved. Exactly like this, the normal worldly people are all trying to saturate the world. You cannot saturate the world. Ashakya anushtanam. That is impossible task. But what is easy? Changing me, understanding by me, and adjusting by me in spite of is the wise thinking, wise way. Therefore, Adhyatma Vidya, what it will do? It will set right my inner setup. How to accept, how to tolerate, how to respond, how to not to react and accept the things as they are and progress and proceed. Let me discover the truth, reality instead of wasting the time for all this. You got the point? How important it is. But unfortunately, our attention only goes to the. That's why, in spite of, is very very important clause for a spiritual seeker. If my health is totally all right, then I will be happy. The health never become totally all right. Day by day, that will deteriorate. Learn to be happy now and here, in spite of. How? Through the jnanam. I know the upadhis which are all troubling me. All outside also there is a upadhi, and everybody is like that. So don't expect, but work in the world, but don't expect. So a spiritual seeker through this Adhyatma Vidya works on himself or herself more. It is simple logic. Changing me is important than easy and important than changing 10 people outside because they are not in your control. You have no any right or control. How much you can control, how much you can say, how much you can do. But you have changing one person and controlling yourself, your mind, how much very easy it is compared to that. But people won't understand this unless if they come to the Bhagavad Gita and listen to the 10th chapter, 32nd shloka, second line, Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. They think that this is all something Adhyatma. That's the biggest mistake. They never give the ears to listen exactly. And you must understand this word in that way. Otherwise, simply, if you say, unless we analyze in this way, you cannot understand Adhyatma Vidya Vidyana. There are so many knowledges out of that spiritual knowledge. What for spiritual knowledge? Many more people also, I want to now lead a spiritual life. What they mean? I will go to temple every day. Before, I'm not going. That time there is no time. That time body is very active and beautiful and good. Now so many problems are there. My in-law came, which in-law? Daughter-in-law came. So I will go to the temple. He is not spirituality. It is that is escaping from the material problems. Outer setup you are not able to set right, so you want to escape through by saying that spiritual and religion. That's why we need a common sense. When Swamiji speaks about some of these chapters are like that. Long ago, many even that second chapter, which is very important, all that he gives the title to it, Common Sense Upanishad. He's always coin new words. Common sense Upanishad. People not they won't use their common sense. Okay. Then the next word, Vadaha Pravadatam Aham. Out of many kind of dialogues and discussions, I am the Vadaha. About this, we'll discuss in the next class because here also we need a lot of analysis. Even though it came in the Upanishad somewhere, but here we'll analyze in detail. Vadaha. Out of the there are so many way of talking, dialogues, sharing, but in that Vadaha I am. Why Bhagavan says that? That we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Hari Om Tat Sat